As most people know, the late 90s was when every 2D franchise would have to try out 3D. Games like Mario did it, games like Sonic the Hedgehog, or games like Bubsy, but that's not what we're going to talk about. Today, we are going to talk about fighting games. The late 90s was when 3D fighting games were becoming popular, and at the time, there were so many of them. Mortal Kombat 4 came out in the arcades, and it was a big deal because it was the first Mortal Kombat game to be in 3D. A lot of people were excited for it, but it turned out to be the lowest rated mainline Mortal Kombat game. Virtua Fighter 2 came out in the arcades, the best game ever made. And Street Fighter 3 came out. Twice! After playing most of them, I wanted to find one that's even better than all of them. Like, I wanted to find a game that really stood out compared to all of them, and I believe I have found it. The game is called Dead or Alive, and judging from this promotional artwork, I don't know what to think of it. It makes me think of Resident Evil whenever I look at it. So today, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the game, and the characters you can play as, and the graphics and stuff. I'm going to tell you all about it, right here, right now. So, taking a look at the game, it looks awesome for 1996 standards. Heck, does this go out as a PS2 or Sega Dreamcast game? I'm not joking, it looks that good. Now it's time to start the game. So, as you can see, there's a total of 8 characters. There's this 17-year-old woman named Kasumi. She's from Japan, and it says her size, her favorite food, her style, her hobby. Like, why is that important? Imagine if in Mortal Kombat where it said all that stuff. Like, they might as well make Sub-Zero's favorite food ice cream and Scorpion's pizza. And then there's Zack. There's nothing really special to talk about her. Okay, hear me out. This guy's real name is Ryu. Yeah, Ryu, as in Street Fighter. Yeah, the character Ryu. I'm not joking. And then there's Bayman. There's not much to talk about him. He likes beef stew, he's 31. Yeah, there's not much to say about him. Although I do like his hat. And then there's Li Fang. She's a 19-year-old from China, she likes karaoke, and she likes Chinese desserts. And then there's this woman with red gloves named Tina. She likes video games and stuff. Yeah, I like video games too. And then there's this old man named Gen Fu. He's 65 years old, but he looks older than that. And then there's Jan Lee. I really like this character. He sort of reminds me of Ryu or Ken from Street Fighter. I think I might play as him. Okay, so now my first round is with Zack. And the game sort of reminds me of Virtua Fighter with this animation and all that. But the game is harder. Like, it's not a button masher like Virtua Fighter is. It's where you gotta like think of what you gotta do. I tried doing several button combinations. You know, back, low punch, half circle, back, kick, you know, the typical stuff. But none of that really seemed to work, so I decided to go online and find a move list for this game. The first few levels in this game are pretty easy, like there's not much to say about them. Heck, even with many mistakes, I beat them on my first try. When I made it to Tina, she kept kicking my ass because she was so hard. Like, her moves are insanely hard to block. Like, I just didn't know what I was doing. I feel like there's a ton of God gamers who are watching me right now and suffer. But just call me a noob from now on, alright? I don't care. But like, I was struggling real hard. After a couple of tries, I finally beat her, and I was pretty proud of myself. And then, I was up against Bayman. Yep, Bayman against Bayman. That always confuses me in fighting games. Like, how do you fight the same character you are in fighting games? Like, why couldn't they just remove the character that you're playing as? Anyways, I kept fighting him, and he was pretty easy at first. But after that, he kept beating me. Like, I don't believe this. Like, I have played thousands of hours of Mortal Kombat and Tekken, but I suck at this game. Maybe it's because I'm not used to the controls, but I'm a fighting game fan. I should easily get used to the controls, easily. My god, like, you need to pay a goddamn paycheck in order to beat this game, because this game is super hard. Like, this game just wants every quarter in your pocket. So, I played this game so much, but then I just gave up. Like, I tried like 7 times to try and beat the 5th man, but like, I just gave up. I just couldn't do it anymore. I'm sorry guys, I just couldn't do it. Like, this game is pretty hard. Now, I'm sure there's some people laughing their ass off just because they're thinking that I suck. Well, let me tell you something. The arcade is known for having hard games because they just want every quarter in your pocket. Like, they just want them, and yeah. I'm playing the arcade version because that's the one that most people have played. I heard that the home console versions are easier, so maybe I'll have to check them out. I will explain this game in greater detail in the future, but right now, I just need to get past Bayman. Now, that's basically it for this video. I hope you liked this video, and subscribe. It's a small thing, but it helps our channel grow. Now, I hope you had a fantastic day, and yeah, have a good rest of your night.